Hey everyone, we're going to be talking about a heavy topic today and continuing with the post-infidelity stress disorder. And so since it's warm outside, I've put on the puka beads just to help me stay in good spirits about this and remind me of it being summer, and plus it feels good. So apologize for the puka beads, but we'll go right into this, talking about post-infidelity stress disorder, and so hurtful that we've all been betrayed. So all mental health professionals, when we're working with somebody who's been betrayed, needs to really watch out for countertransference. We've all experienced this and it's going to come up. So it's really important for us to pay close attention to what's going on inside and to get good supervision when working with folks, so that we can allow clients to do the venting and to talk about what they need to and get that out and make sure that we're not getting in the way. There are several things with treatment we need to consider, so I just want to kind of give you some broad things that you should know, and then in the next video we'll talk a little bit more specifically about treatment. But do expect that if you're working with the couple, okay, because this does get intertwined, because it may be that the couples come in, or you may just be working with the person who has been betrayed, but just expect more than half to separate. So this can also bring up issues. You may have kind of like, I want all my clients to stay together. That's kind of how I feel successful. Pay attention to those feelings and those kinds of thoughts. You really do need to practice. I believe it was Foote et al. Beyond Addiction said something, NATO, not attached to outcome. My students have made me add kindness, so NATOC, not attached to outcome with kindness. Is that we let the clients decide if they're going to stay together when working with this after infidelity and betrayal. As we've mentioned before, recognize that betrayers often lie when approached by this. There's something to suggest that the truth can kind of trickle out, and in fact that would be a website. You never know. I'll post it because you never know when these sites are going to go down, so I'm not going to say it, but the truth can trickle out kind of gradually, but betrayers often lie, so be aware of that as a counselor. Is it possible that the person who thinks they've been betrayed, the person with post-infidelity stress disorder, PISD, is making this up? It could be, that this could be that, hey, if I can kind of convince people of this, that could help me in court if I want a divorce or what have you. I would say the trick is how distressed does this person look? I'm going to do another video on psychopathy and sociopathy and narcissism. But when somebody is pissed, you're going to see it on their face. And after time, you're going to see them. They're going to look more drawn. They're going to look tired. There's going to be circles under their eyes. They're either going to be down or they're going to be very rageful. So I think you're going to be able to tell if somebody's very calm and cool in saying this. Well, it's a little bit strange maybe that they're in counseling. Maybe it needs to be documented. But just be aware that betrayers often lie, and that the intuition of couples and of partners about their partner's infidelity is, I have seen evidence to say that it's often correct. Okay, I don't have a percentage for you, but our intuition can be correct about this. So even if we don't have direct physical evidence, just be aware that as a counselor, when somebody is suggesting this, that there can be something there. We shouldn't discount it. Let the client lead. Clients lead the session. So you're going to read a lot of articles about the steps you should take and the steps to deal with trauma and all that. And there's a lot of workshops out there where you can spend a lot of money learning the different steps, but people are complex. This is a complex issue that we've talked about before. I mean, you've obliterated trust, the very first psychosocial developmental stage that we master or attempt to has been obliterated. And there is no easy steps to this. Okay, so just let clients lead, be there to process. There will be a time to give information if it's needed, but always ask permission before giving information. It's going to be very difficult if you are working with a couple to stay neutral. And I was talking to an experienced counselor about this recently who said that she just goes ahead and says that she's not neutral, but that she can be empathic towards both parties. But making people aware that when somebody has done something wrong, that you kind of feel that as a counselor. So that's going to be a tough one. That is one that I'm not sure that we really have answers for, other than really paying close attention to the countertransference, getting good supervision. But it's going to be difficult to stay neutral. The PISD partner has the right to know the details of the affair, the details of the sex, when, where, what, all that kind of stuff. And they probably have already imagined it. We gave a presentation to this, and we had some great experienced counselors in the room talking about that they do allow, like you can't tell people they can't do it, but they will allow people to know the details, but they make them aware that, hey, this could make things worse. And this can also make things that once you know what happened, that you never want to engage with your partner sexually in these ways ever again, which then can make things worse. So it's a tough situation, and again, complex, but the partner does have the right to know the details, because I have heard a counselor say, no, we will not discuss details. This was in kind of a supervision type session, so I didn't hear that said to the client, but no, they have the right. They certainly do. Expect strong emotions. Expect foul, graphic language from the person who's been betrayed. How are you going to handle that in your office? So you are going to need, and we'll talk about this more, to be able to set this up so that you know when to shut the session down, or you know how are you going to get help if this could potentially be violent. Let's also keep in mind how serious of a thing infidelity can be. It can lead to suicide. There have been some popular cases, some people in the media that were known, and that suicides were potentially related to this, and there can be homicide, because it just elicits such strong emotions. So just expect that, and again, the countertransference. If somebody's getting very rageful in the office and shouting and using foul language, you're going to feel that, and then you have to really be careful about your reactions to this as well. So a lot of stuff to take in, very important topic that's not being talked about a lot. Again, a lot of stuff on infidelity, not a lot on how we're working with the person who's been betrayed and all the different areas that it affects. So more to come on this. Appreciate all the great work y'all are doing. Y'all are the heroes of the world, helping people heal. Thank you for what you do, and we'll see you soon.